Morbius, opening scene. Oh, well, our opening scene.
Exhale, put my hands against, put my best against, put my 10 or put my spend, have sex, exhale. Automatic unicate show, vola. Tingani tandi best show, vola. Tandin tashi tandi hair show, vola. I funi kati funi cash show. Exhale, put my hands against, put my best against, put my 10 or put my spend, have sex, exhale, put my hands against, put my best against, put my 10 or put my spend, have sex, exhale.
Pretty sure he just said poop my pants. Hello and welcome to the worst movie ever made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind, to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Hockman. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow mad scientist, Rob Scucci and Bob Hassick. Hey guys, how are you and why are we doing Morbius?
Because you can take the Rob out of Marvel, but you can't take the Marvel out of Rob. This is not MCU canon. This is a Sony collaboration with Marvel, which isn't part of the MCU. But I believe the Morbius character has crossed over into the Loki series, which I have yet to watch. I heard good things about.
Oh, really?
But I do not plan on watching it because I'm done with the MCU. I feel terrible. I've had a migraine for about 3 days. During that migraine, I had to watch Morbius. But even worse, Chris gave me the clips for this episode, that like the one you just heard at the opening of the show, that you can hear at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. So I had to go into the movie knowing how terrible it was because I rendered the clips before watching it. Bob, would you care to describe this wonderful?
Before you do, Bob, I just wanted to let you guys know that we're joined by a special guest we haven't had on the show for a while. Say hello to Harvey Weinstein. He's back.
Nice.
I got tacit permission to reintroduce him to the show, so I did so. Bob, after you.
And I'm sure you'll be dropping your pants against your will before the third act. Bob. All right, so let's get Bob going with his bumper, and then Bob will tell us about this wonderful, wonderful movie.
Let's get a little groovy and have Bob explain the movie. So for your consideration, here's Bob's alliteration.
All right, so Morbius was it was something. I was convinced to do this episode by my 18-year-old son, who just laughed his ass off when he heard we were doing Morbius because of all the memes out there, and that will come into play during Fact or No Fact. Okay. Anyway, here's the description of the movie. A virtual vampire vehicle is very vexing.
Indeed.
Okay,
so the story is this guy named Michael Morbius has a blood disease, and then he becomes a doctor and starts researching a cure with quote-unquote artificial blood. And he also injects himself with vampire bat DNA, which turns him into a blood-sucking freak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the movie. That's the fucking movie right there.
Uh-huh.
That's essentially the entire movie.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little more than that, but not much worth mentioning.
Well, since we're at a loss for words, why don't we throw it to the people who comment on the YouTube videos about the movie in question, Rob?
They've got plenty of words. Brace yourselves.
The worst movie ever made presents. YouTube comments. Made by people who clearly have daddy issues.
Okay, I only brought in 3. 2 are regular. The third one's a fucking doozy. I thought the third one was a copy pasta, but it actually does come around full circle, so it may sound a little repetitive, but trust me, the payoff is huge. Number 1. As Penguins Zero said, I'm not sure who that is, but it's just that was the username. It's not just a movie, it's a Morbi. I swear, the whole movie theater started giving a standing ovation when Dr. Michael Morbius said, "Morb yourself before you wreck yourself," and then morbed all over the antagonists. Truly one of the films in the world, the actors and directors really did a job. More billion out of 10 morbs for this Morbi.
Wow.
Okay, round 2. My favorite part was when Michael Morbius said, "It's Morbin time," and morbed all over the bad guys, ending with a witty one-liner saying, "You just got morbed by the Morbster, baby." Truly a masterpiece. And this last one, I'm gonna have trouble getting through this, but here we go. I am currently crying so hard right now. This is seriously the most beautiful, well put together story ever. I can't believe how magical it was. 1 minute, 12 seconds. That part truly made me shed a tear, and especially at 6:34, that part was just so truly heart-touching. Words cannot describe the series of emotions I felt. I absolutely loved the climax. It had insanely excellent detail. Oh, and we can't forget the conclusion. The conclusion was the greatest and saddest conclusion I have ever seen, better than any of the books I have read. Thank you so much for creating this absolute masterpiece. This is essentially the most important masterpiece of film history. It is a tragedy that it can't be called a film, but a transcendent emotional experience will be inaccessible for most. It beautifully encapsulates the human struggle to its basics: suffering, pleasure, faith, and despair. It connects with the characters within the viewers, individuals suppressed within our own subconscious. It stays vibrant, fresh, and revolutionizes the art of storytelling and filmmaking while making a damn of a statement on what it means to be human, entertaining, gripping, and simply exhilarating. This might be the most impactful piece of art I've come across in my life, and I'm definitely coming back to it in the near future to study it more deeply. This is an absolute masterpiece. I was brought to tears listening to this and seeing the bacon go whirly swirly in a circle countless times. It absolutely moved my soul, and I don't think I could ever be the same. This bacon has changed my entire mental state. I am now at peace with who I am and what I will be doing later in my life. I have forgiven all my enemies, and now I am a man of pacifist life. I will move on. Gotta move on, as the song says. The bacon is so inspirational. It shares its vast wisdom with all of us, and we are all so lucky that it would bestow its great words with us. We are children on bacon, hail bacon, hail bacon. The spinning bacon rotating in the direction with this music. It made me tear up. How could such a bacon do such a thing? I'm struck by awe by this masterpiece, especially when the bacon spins, showing its lightly salt-covered tan skin. I could hear the crunch just from here, and so as the beautiful sound of the bacon scraping the dark, smooth velvet floor. The flavor, music, and everything can be heard, tasted, seen, and felt from a screen. You could really hear the breath between the music artist emphasizing her love for this rotating bacon. Truly what I call modern art. This was the most legendary performance by any piece of bacon I have ever watched, and watching was top tier, very life-changing. This is one of the greatest work of piece from bacon I have ever seen, especially 5742. I am currently crying so hard right now. This is seriously the most beautiful, well put together story ever. I can't believe how magical it was at 1 minute and 12 seconds. That part truly made me shed a tear, and especially at 6:34, that part was so truly heart-touching. Words cannot describe the series of emotions I felt. I absolutely loved the climax. It had insanely excellent detail. Oh, we can't forget the conclusion. The conclusion was the greatest and saddest conclusion I have ever seen, better than any of the books I have read. Thank you so much for creating this absolute masterpiece. It goes on like this for another page and a half, so I'm just going to scroll down a little bit.
Right.
Cat dancing has changed my life for the better. It connects with the characters within the viewers, individuals suppressed. It goes on another page. 1 second. I am crying. This has made me go through an emotional roller coaster. I cried, beat off, and also watched a movie while watching this premiere. This had made me go through so much. I passed depression because of this. It really inspired me to become an outstanding young man. Thank you. I was looking at the runtime as I was reading that. I said I had to skip ahead a little bit. So that was the last comment. I could post the unabridged version on our social media if you'd like, but there we go.
Never was there a better example of the mental instability we find on YouTube than that one there. So though you had to trudge through that one, might be well worth it. So
yeah,
thank you for that. Let's move now to test number 1, the worst of its kind.
Salami. Salami.
The worst of its kind.
Okay, the spinning bacon. Venom by with Tom Hardy. 30. What's that?
I'd say anything.
No, I was just saying 30. It's wow.
It's bad. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness with Elizabeth Olsen, a 73. Yeah, just to jump back to Venom, a lot of people like that movie, and I think it's just because Tom Hardy is like kind of cool.
Yeah.
And he was Bane and all that. Jurassic World, Chris Pratt, 71.
Yeah.
Don't like the later anything after Jurassic Park 1. I'm not a fan.
It's like a BMW commercial with dinosaurs.
Pretty much. Shazam with Zachary Levi. I've heard that's really good. It's got a 90. I've never seen it.
Me either.
No.
the Black Phone with Ethan Hawke in 82, giving us an average of 9.2. Have you seen that one?
I heard it's really fucking great. It's on my short list.
Yeah, maybe we should check it out. Average is 69.2. How did Morbius do?
Oh man,
80.
I'm 80. Okay,
I'm going based on exactly what I read.
I'm gonna go a lower quarter and say 25.
15, Bob. Very close. Or a negative 54.2 and worst of its kind. That's more like it. We'll see how that stacks up against our current season champion later, but for now, we're going to throw it to test number 2. Ain't that a pitch?
Cool. Do you guys hear an echo on my end, or is that just me?
I hear it.
Shit.
But
I don't.
Okay, there it is.
I think I can fix that in post.
Is it all of us, or is it just you?
Everything through my thing, I hear an echo.
I just heard it on mine too.
Check. It's gone.
Okay.
Chris!
Is it gone?
It's gone. Yeah, it's gone.
Okay. All right, test number 2. Ain't that a pitch?
Excuse me, madame. May I have a little kiss, please? A little kiss, please. Come on. Whoop.
Ain't that a pitch?
All right, who's doing this?
I went last time, so I'll go first.
Oh shit. Go ahead.
Wait, Bob, you don't want to get stuck in the rut, is that it?
No, you said last first, and I realized that meant last. Anyway.
Yeah. Should I go first then?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then rob Bob, so Bob doesn't get stuck in the second one? Or,
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Vampire does good. Vampire succeeds. Vampire can't resist when something bleeds. What happens then? Because he gets the girl in the end. 5 days a month, big danger for Lady Martine.
Oh, period jokes.
Okay.
I like it. All right.
Yep.
All right. So my turn. All right.
I mean, I really was pondering that, though.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't really address it in the
No.
multiple post-credit scenes.
Believe it or not, they didn't address it.
Jared Leto is a gimpy boy with a gift, but he's chewing on a bat bargain that's more than he bit. He sucks off those sacks full of synthetic blood hack and stabs his crippled friend in the heart for losing his shit.
Wow. That was great.
Thank you.
All right, I attacked the most irritating part of the movie in mine in the first 2 lines. There once was a boy who had his own name, which Morbius forcefully decided to change.
I fucking hated that.
Bloodborne boy befriends bats. Pasty pal pilfers prescription pack. Jared Leto apparently feels no shame.
That's a Bob 4-5.
Damn. I agree. Bob's been crushing us with the alliteration lately.
Yeah.
We'll have to get back at him with some of our own, maybe. Okay. Well, we've got that score. Why don't we throw it to test number 3 the most?
Oh my God!
All of you got the most important thing.
To be as offensive as possible.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, here we go. We're counting down the most offensive things from 5 to 1, starting with, and you guys may disagree. I wrote this before I knew how you felt about this particular effect, but opaque overnight offense obscuring optics. This is something they do in a lot of movies. We were just talking about this on Godzilla, and you make the CGI action sequences at night so that you can kind of blur what's happening.
Yeah.
So I'm sick and tired of it, and this is like a $1 trillion Sony, Marvel, Disney collab, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that's just a cheap trick, and I'm sick of it. Number 4, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm going to go for it for the alliteration because I won't be beat, but I will. Megachiroptera are murderers. That's another word for bat.
Okay.
I don't like that. That we're to assume that bats are evil in this movie.
Yeah, I like glossed over that at first, but then later on I'm like, wait a minute, are they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not. Like they would like to avoid you if possible. I'm pretty sure they don't. Like in the beginning, and this movie pissed me. It shouldn't have, but in the beginning, he's like anyone else, and they would have torn him apart. But me, we've got some friendship or something. Like they're sky piranhas or something.
Yeah, right.
You know, they're totally not. I don't get it, and I hated that. Number 3, making main character Morbius mild-mannered mercenary murderer.
Right. Yeah, the FBI was like, you know what? I don't care if you killed those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They did say that. They were like, God, how did they? They were like, they called them mercs.
Oh, did
right?
they?
Yeah, the guy was like, I don't care if you killed a few mercs because they were probably up to no good anyway. Just totally ridiculous. All right, number 2, post-pandemic 2022 bat blood transfusion trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, was this in response? I'm getting now bad audio in this because I switched devices. It just asked me, and it made me pause, and now I wish I didn't do that.
Sounds better.
Yeah. Hold on one sec. What the fuck? I can hear you and everything. It just doesn't sound good.
Huh.
I'm getting echo again.
Yeah, I'm getting the echo again too. Oh, post-production.
I'm so sorry, Rob.
That's my glasses scraping on the microphone. Check. No more echo. Right?
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Hey.
All right, guys. We're just going to pretend we're an improv troupe and that this was planned.
Well, yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
3 guys. Where are they at? They're at a Starbucks. Okay. So what's happening at the Starbucks? A trash man comes in and gets in a fight with an automaton. Go. I don't know. Just carry on.
So I'm not going to fuck with it anymore. I'm just going to deal with the bad audio. As long as I sound good to you.
Yeah, you sound great.
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, cool. So yeah, post-pandemic 2022 bat blood transfusion trouble. Yeah. What I mean by that is just after the pandemic starts winding down, they make a movie about how, this guy becomes a crazy murdering zombie thing by infusing bat blood in the system. Seems like bad timing.
Yeah, it does, but given how long it takes to make these movies, they probably started writing this in 2015, and it just, and
True.
They rewrote it 20 times. Then the pandemic happened. We can't rewrite it again. We spent our entire budget on hiring 20 different screenwriters.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So I did minor research on it. It is based on the comic, but I don't know if the vampire bat part is based on the comic. That's the thing so maybe that was worked into it well in advance to pandemic.
Yeah, it could have been, but still. They had every reason not to release this movie and just scrap the whole project.
Yeah.
True. They did.
But they didn't. Number 1, this is fake cure for real rare blood disorder.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
These people do exist, and we're just pretending like they can make some blue artificial blood just so we can. I don't even help the story limp along. What story is there even? I don't know. I'm just fucking offended by it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You guys want to mention anything?
Jared Leto.
Yeah, that's offensive.
I just think he won an Academy Award or a Golden Globe or something, and he talked about how his single mom supported him and his brother, and then he just went on to talk about himself for 8 minutes about how great he was. Despite the fact that he had a single mother. And I was like, oh, so you're still kind of shitting on her, even though I think you're too narcissistic to realize that, but you're just basically shit on your mom for 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
I don't like him. He's stupid.
Everybody, when they're a baby, shits on their mom at some point, though.
That's true.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
With their poop.
Anyway,
Literally.
Bob, do you want to mention anything else before we throw it to Rob's ad read?
No, nothing.
Okay. Rob's ad read.
Go down to Marie Callender's. Get me a big bowl. Pie, some ice cream on it. Good. Put some on your head. Your tongue would slap your brains out trying to get to it. Interested? Sure.
Rob's ad read.
Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by Diddly Whittler's Wiggle Wompers. Diddly Whittler Whittle Wompers is exactly what it sounds like, womping your wigglers with its diddly whittles. Now you may be asking, who is the target audience for Diddly Whittler's Wiggle Wompers? Well, if you have to ask, you'll never know. So whittle your diddle while wampling your wigglers and become part of the sensation that's taken over the nation by storm. Diddly Whittler's Wiggle Wompers. Back to you guys.
Man, great job getting through that. I never would have gotten through that. All right, test number 4, the worst dialogue.
Okay.
Bad dialogue may include something like,
he's in there every night. This damn gang selling stupid cocaine.
Okay, number
5.
This is medicine.
These are the only mammals on Earth that have evolved to feed exclusively on blood. So in order to drink it, these bats produce saliva that contains unique anticoagulants.
So your theory is you can successfully splice vampire genes into your DNA would allow your body to produce those same anticoagulants.
Yes. It would be a cure.
At what cost?
The fusion of different species is a legacy we already carry in our bodies. Viruses insinuating their nucleic acid onto our own over hundreds of thousands of years.
That's evolution. This is different.
I don't think it is. We have to push the boundaries, take the risks. Without that, there is no science, no medicine, no breakthroughs at all.
Wow.
sounds like junk science to me.
Sounds like junk science.
Yeah, it's absolute horse shit.
Yeah.
This drives me fucking insane. All right, let's throw it straight to number 4. This is cocktails.
Glad it's you.
Had a lot of other sodas, didn't you?
Yeah. You know, the whole near-death thing is very, very chic. I read it in Cosmo. Is it? They still make Cosmo? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Do they?
I don't know. Chris, I can't hear you.
Hey. I'm back, baby.
Hey.
I fixed it.
Now I'm really echoing.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
yeah.
you're echoing?
Yeah.
God damn it, I fixed it on my end. What is the deal?
At any rate, Cosmo, right. I don't know if they still make it. It's probably an online publication now. Do they still make Cosmo? Yeah, they do, I guess. Walmart.
Lame.
Yeah, you can get it at Walmart.
I say as long as grocery store impulse buys are still a thing, they'll make Cosmo.
Yeah. I was buying the Inquirer for a minute because it's just fucking hilarious. Yeah.
I'm really sorry. I am like trying to figure out my audio shit. Do I sound better? Do you sound better? What's going on?
Yeah, you sound better, and now there is no echo.
Yay!
It's the bats messing with us with their advanced sonar anticoagulant attributes that they have.
I think that's right. But I'm glad to hear that I sound better. You guys sound better. So let's throw it to number 3. This is too artificial.
As a result of my procedure, I have an overpowering urge to consume
blood. Human blood. In certain respects, I've succeeded far beyond anything I could have imagined. For the first time in my entire life, I feel good. Yesterday, I could barely walk. Today, I don't know what I'm capable of. For a period of time after ingestion, the numbers are off the charts. I have the constitution of an Olympic athlete, increased strength and speed that can only be described as superhuman. And all of this on artificial blood.
I love how his metric for gauging the fact that he has the constitution of an Olympic athlete is him climbing sloppily up a bookshelf.
Why is it got to be human blood?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
The bats will eat like cow blood.
Yeah.
You know, goat blood.
Yeah. Yeah, why couldn't he do that? Yeah.
Yeah, why can't he just like grab a couple goats and drain those bad boys? Why does it gotta be people?
Could you imagine if like what you know how he goes into those little fits of rage when he's like hungry, and like he's like fuck, and he like runs out of frame and just like grabs a fucking steer and just starts going to town on it.
Dude, that'd be fucking amazing.
Then he tosses it into a pile of corpses, of animal corpses, just ever growing pile.
Just in the corner. Like Milo is there reading a book. Yeah, there's just another back to the pile.
Yeah.
Number 2. This is hungry.
I'm sorry. I'm starting to get hungry. You don't want to see me when I'm hungry.
We're done here. Let's go.
Is that a Hulk reference?
Yes, it's a Hulk reference.
You wouldn't like
it
me
is
when I'm
100% a Hulk reference.
Yeah.
You just can't do that.
No, you can't do that. Not that obviously.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My kid is fucking crying too. This is just the night from hell. This is number
1, Daddy.
You know what? Fuck it.
Pinky.
The nice place that you got here. Oh, I love this movie. Is this the part where the mysterious guy with the hoodie comes in and kicks everybody's asses? I love that part.
Who the hell are you?
It doesn't matter, but I am going to need your laboratory. You can keep all the money, all your little toys. Just leave the sciencey stuff and that bag of spicy Cheetos.
He wants my lab.
Yeah.
You trying to be funny?
No, absolutely not. That's their job. I mean, look at the matching necklaces.
Time to go.
Did you know that there are 27 bones in the human hand? Allow me to introduce the phalanges. The metacarpals. And the pretty little stinky pinky.
Who the hell are you, man?
Me. I am You can go now.
Yeah, so he calls himself Venom too. I was confused by that because he's not wearing a symbiote suit. He was infused with bat blood. Now, in issue number 2X479 in the Marvel Cinematic comic universe, that just doesn't line up. What do you have to say about that, Bob?
I read something about that, and I'm gonna totally agree that Venom is a different character, and they're just trying to be funny, just like the last Hulk reference.
Yes, but he did mention the fact that Pinky goes in butt. Just throwing that out there.
The stinky pinky, he did call it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, 2 in the goo, 1 in the poo. You know, they all sang.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let's go to test number 5, the worst production.
Just so you know, I'm going to edit the audio issues out on the audio episode in post-production, but the video is going to be all that's off. So www.theworstmovieevermade.com if you want the unabridged version.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
When a studio puts out a production this bad, they're dead meat.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
For better or for worse, Chris, worst production this week is really short. It's kind of a parenthetical. It's a weak script, and in parentheses, reliance on CGI.
Yes.
So I feel like the story was lacking. I feel like they didn't expand anything beyond maybe like one comic book, and because of that extremely weak story and weak script, they were like, okay, we're gonna make this really like impressive CGI thing with vampires and blood, and that's gonna sell the movie, and it just didn't. And
No.
it was like I was impressed with them making him look all weak and sinewy, and then all buff. I'm like, okay, they both look real. I'll give him a lot of credit on that one. And then his transformations were like pretty decent, but for the most part, ended up fake looking. So I feel like their reliance on effects made it worse because they were trying to make up for a very, very weak script.
How much of a piece of shit do you think Jared Leto was on set for this one? Because he had 8 minutes of screen time on Suicide Squad, and apparently he was leaving dead rats in people's lockers to get into the role.
Okay, so apparently he was literally walking on crutches on set, even when he wasn't filming, even when he went to the bathroom and back, which was causing major delays in filming.
So he's trying to get hors d'oeuvres. He's trying to get hors d'oeuvres at craft service, like wiggling his elbows on the crutches, trying to get like a cocktail weenie.
So they actually brought in a wheelchair to push him around just to make things go faster.
What a fucking dick! What a fucking dick!
That is
my
real
God.
shit. Now that is a fact.
What a fucking dork. That's amazing. All right, let's throw it to test number 6, the worst acting.
Do you even know how to act?
How can you act like that?
Shut up!
It's the worst acting.
But it's not a song. It's my life.
Number
1.
The Few.
The Proud. The Marines.
Hello. Hello, Milo. My name's Lucian. The person who was here before was Milo.
No. He was also the new Milo. Before him was the other new Milo. I don't even remember the first Milo.
How long have you been here?
As long as I can remember.
And you're still not cured.
There's no cure. There's something missing from our DNA. Like a piece of a puzzle. And until they find it, the only way to stay alive is an oil change 3 times a day.
What would you do if you could be normal? Just for an hour.
I don't think about it.
Look at the freaks!
Best not to be outside when school gets out. Like the original Spartans. We are the few against the many.
Oh, so dumb and bad. I had to include the kids outside that were making fun of them. I wanted to include them again because those kids that are like the bully kids and super minor roles, basically just extras, were very, very bad. Super unconvincing.
The cast. What about the casting call for that? We need you to beat the shit out of a cripple over a paper airplane.
All right, number 2. This is The Curse.
I need this. Done things, Milo. Killed people.
We can make that go away. The ones on the boat, they're thugs, guns for hire. I can make that go away.
You don't understand.
I do understand. Please, have I ever denied you anything? Have I ever said no? Have I always given you the money?
I can't control it!
What, so you get to live and I get to die? Is that it?
It's a curse. Leave me, brother. Yes. Oh, please. I need you to go. It's not safe here.
No, don't make me go. No, please, Michael, don't.
I said get out! I said get out!
Yeah, super lame. Again, with the stuttering to make somebody seem more believable, but always does the opposite for me.
Yeah.
Wait, but no, don't do that, please.
Yeah.
It's fucking infuriating. All right, last one. This is number 3. My name.
Michael, you can't kill me. It's me. You can't kill me. You gave me my name. Remember?
No.
I remember everything. I'm sorry. Lucian.
Yeah.
There you have it. How is this movie simultaneously long and boring and not long enough for them to have developed a relationship that I care about?
It was only an hour 42, which is like, it felt like an eternity.
It did.
This felt like,
yeah.
This felt like Armageddon long, and it was only like The Room long, you know?
I was on the IMDb page and I saw Michael Keaton was in it, and I'm like, no, he wasn't. And then I read that he was in a post-credit scene. I'm like, I couldn't even hang on for the post-credit scene. I as soon as the credits started rolling, I just turned it off.
That's his character in Homecoming, and I think one of the other Spider-Man movies, which is like, it's weird because he wants Spider-Man in this Sony universe, which hasn't yet crossed over to the MCU yet, but
yeah, I think they own Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, only
like
Venom
Marvel gave them.
and Venom barely.
Yeah. So it's weird that this movie's not canon, but like they reference the canon from the MCU. If anybody who is more knowledgeable on this stuff than we are, please email us at www.theworstmovieevermade.com.
I know someone who knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone.
Let's not invoke his name, lest he return with a vengeance. Or we should say Chad Smith, because we want him back on.
Lest he return with Avengers.
All right, fact or no fact?
We've hit rock bottom. Anyway.
Bob's going to give you a...
Rob, you ever thought of that?
In fact or no fact?
All right, so first of all, I can't forget to name this. This movie was called Morbius, and the title of this game is Board Be Us.
Okay.
Yes, Board Be Us.
Board
I
Be Us.
agree.
I like it.
So I'm having too much fun with these obscure areas of fact or no fact, because this time everything I could find under facts was based on the comics, and that's boring.
Yeah.
That's not funny at all. So instead, I went to memes, and I found
nice
about 8 different memes that were acclaimed about this movie that made me laugh. Almost every one of them made me laugh. And I'm going to include 4 of them. And I made one up.
Okay.
So
nice.
You have to interpret which one of these memes was a real thing that was spread on the internet about Morbius and which one I made up.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. The first one. This was the first movie to make over $1 billion.
Okay.
Second one. There was claims that the film was the first to sell over 1 trillion tickets. All right. Third, Martin Scorsese, who had previously declared that superhero films were not cinema, had changed his mind after seeing Morbius. Okay, the fourth one. A petition was started on change.org to put the film back in theaters for a third time with the claim that we were all busy that weekend. And the fifth one. A Power Rangers crossover was hinted using Mighty Morbin Power Rangers.
So,
which one of those memes was not actually a meme?
I would say because of the 2 YouTube comments that weren't that fucking disaster mentioned the Morbillion and the Mighty Morbin. I'm gonna say those exist in the zeitgeist, in the cultural zeitgeist. Scorsese. See, that's far-fetched, but I would imagine people would call him Morbin Scorsese if I had to venture a guess.
That's good.
Yeah. First to sell over 1 trillion tickets. And I believe the change.org thing, because if I saw something like that, I would certainly get involved on it and sign it because it's funny. But also, I feel like people would also lie about it selling over 1 trillion tickets because that's also really funny. When I've researched stuff on Scorsese for like other things I've had to write about, I do recall him saying he doesn't respect superhero movies as cinema, but I've never in my encounters come across him like going back on that and saying he's been won over. So I'm gonna say, as much as I like to believe in the idea of Morbin Scorsese, I'm gonna say that one's the fiction in this equation.
Or Martin Morbsese.
Morbsese. Yeah.
Oh boy, stretching.
I was gonna go with that one too.
Want to double down and really tank ourselves here?
Yep. Yeah, because this episode's already in the shitter. Let's double down. We haven't doubled down in a while.
Honest to God, this is crazy. Okay, let me read the ones that I didn't include, first of all. Okay, so first of all, one was not included. Memes said it received an impossible 203% on approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Also, Jared Leto, in response to the memes, tweeted, "What time is it? It's Morbin time." And he was caught reading a script called Morbius 2, It's Morbin Time, written by himself under the pseudonym Bartholomew Cubbins.
What a fucking dipshit, dude. Oh my God.
Those were the 2 I didn't mention. So here's the ones that were actually memes. It was the first film to become sell over 1 trillion tickets was a meme. The first to make over $1 billion was a meme. Another one, a Wikipedia page was edited saying it grossed over $352 trillion. I forgot that one. It was a meme that Martin Scorsese had claimed that this had won him over.
Oh no!
Okay. And it was also a meme that they that if they put the movie back in the theaters a third time, they would say we were all busy that weekend. So the one I made up was the Mighty Morbin Power Rangers. Now all they said was it's Morbin time, which was a reference to Power Rangers, but a crossover was never hinted. That was just
so that's some Bob foolery right there.
Yeah,
that is a little Bob foolery, but it's really funny Bob foolery. So nice job.
You know what?
So our double down was
I was reading all these with my son, whose name is Milo, by the way, and I told him, I said, Milo, your name is mentioned in this movie more times than the name Morbius is mentioned.
Yeah,
it really is.
You know,
he said, I don't understand. I said, it's honestly, I said, it's a character name. And then we were reading the memes and laughing our asses off.
Yeah.
So I had to include it.
You know what I love about these memes, though? It's even fans of these franchises and these $1 million like studio backings that they have. Even they are so tired of what has happened to like just superhero stuff in general. Even fans of it are just like, fuck this. Let's just lean into it as hard as possible. Like the whole superhero fatigue thing and like multiverse fatigue thing it's very real in 2023. And this came out what, like 2019, 2020, you said?
22.
Oh, 22. Okay, I'm thinking something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just goes to show you that like we're over it. Let's move on to something else.
We are definitely over it.
You've reversed every single aspect of storytelling by making it like Rick and Morty. Like Rick is so fucking cynical over the fact that like, well, nothing really matters because now there's a multiverse that you can just like, kill your multiverse version and take his place if you mess up. It's like you've ruined like decades of writing, and there's no multiverse in this movie, but like it's the same sentiment. Like we're so fucking tired of it.
Yeah, dude. Rick and Morty, more like Rick and Mortis. You know what I mean? I was gonna say though that the memes kind of took on the character of the Chuck Norris joke.
Yeah.
Sounded like the movie was like unbeatable, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so we both like got flushed on the toilet pretty hard on that one, like a big old Duke. Unless the big old turd is in the tub and not in the toilet. Anyway, let's throw it to the catch-all.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
It appears that we've caught everything.
Oh my God!
It's all over.
Oh my God!
It's horrible, huh?
Oh my God!
Hooray.
All right, I'll go first. I tried to trim down this episode so I'm not just, saying things that I don't need to say.
Yeah.
You guys waterfall boys? Because I dig a good waterfall.
That's a catch-all?
The movie started with a waterfall, and I was like, all right, I like waterfalls.
So you're
just wondering. So I'm just wondering if you guys are waterfall boys or not.
I mean, the TLC song's got a really cool bass line.
It does.
Yeah, it's got a really cool bass line.
So you both qualify then.
It's a catchy song.
Yeah, iconic.
Speaking of the opening, this is not quite the opening, but when they're in the lab, the nurse walks past the typhoon of vampire bats like it's not even there. She's like, your one patient is having a problem. And it's like, whoosh, of vampire bats. And she's like, anyway, your patient is having a problem.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
We didn't mention South Park yet, so I'm going to right now. The blood pouches was very reminiscent of the Christopher Reeve's fetal goo sucking in the stem cell episode.
Oh god.
When he would just like split open a baby's neck and like slurp out its juices and like throw it against the wall. So
yeah.
That's a great episode.
Yeah.
Hackman.
Perfect. People always cut their hands in movies with no hesitation.
Yeah. Yeah, with the fucking machete.
I still don't know why he even really had to do that. But he's on the other side of the trap to catch all the bats, and he cuts his hand and he just holds it up and they come through. I just the whole opening sequence I didn't understand. Why do you have to cut your whole hand like that?
Those blades are weighted too. Like a simple that would have cut his fucking straight through his palm and his fingers would have just fallen off. Wouldn't they have?
Yeah.
Honestly. But also, why not just use some artificial blood?
Or just a pinprick on your finger. Like a well-adjusted person that needs to do it but doesn't want to have to deal with a massive hand injury for the next 3 months.
Yeah, which is never mentioned again.
Yeah.
also not mentioned yet is that Chris is still only opening sequence, and we're on the second round. Okay, so
only a couple more.
So what was? Sorry, what was up with having automatic weapons on a boat and shooting them on the boat?
I
feel
like that stuff on that.
I feel like that's incredibly bad choices on the mercenaries' part.
Agreed.
Yeah. Stupid light flicker hallway maneuvers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? So like horror movies always did like first they had like the jump scare, and then they had like the spooky person in your house, like the house is haunted, what's on cameras, what not being seen. And then like there was that Lights Out movie that like really made it so like, oh, I'm gonna turn the light off and turn it back on. The person's gonna be a little closer. Then I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on again, and they're gonna be like, like
like the Ninja.
I thought we were past this. I thought we as a species have evolved past this this vehicle for delivering suspense.
Not Morbius.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Not Morbius. He's still there. Is Morbius Batman? Because he's got the power to like summon bats.
Yeah.
Too. That Batman has.
I guess we gotta find out if his parents are dead.
Yeah, they probably are. They're never mentioned.
He's an orphan.
Is he an orphan? I thought he was just at a facility that like his parents dropped him off at. But I don't know.
And
yeah, they're like, this one's broken.
Came back.
You can have it.
You can have him. I'm tired of spitting fresh blood packs down his mouth like a baby bird to keep him alive.
We're sick of these goddamn oil changes 3 times a day.
Oh my god. Okay. Speaking of the little girl who's in the intensive care unit, there was no security in there, like zero security in the intensive care unit.
Yeah, that is true.
Modern day American intensive care unit. There was no security.
Well, that's healthcare for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. Good point, Rob.
I'm wondering when Morbius raids the lab I think they're making counterfeit money in there. I think that's what I gathered from when he raids their lab, I'm wondering if they were trying to have like a corporate tie-in for the Cheetos, but I can't help but notice that maybe that contract fell through because he said spicy Cheetos, whereas the trademark is flamin' hot Cheetos.
Oh, good call.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if like we're gonna land this Cheetos deal. We're gonna get Jamie Kennedy. We're just gonna do this thing. And then they both bailed last minute and they got Jared Leto and had to say spicy.
I think you nailed it, dude.
Okay, cool.
So this I normally do this. I'm just gonna add these two together. Lane from Mad Men. Have you guys seen Mad Men? The show?
No.
Show?
I mean, I've been meaning to, but I haven't because other stuff.
It's fucking great. The first like 4 or 5 seasons are so good. Definitely check it out. And Lane from Mad Men is also in Chernobyl. Did you see the HBO Max Chernobyl series?
Chris, I've been watching Mountain Monsters and listening to a podcast about mountain monsters for the last several weeks.
All right, Bob, your turn.
So I didn't realize I had this in there. You mentioned the how the lights went on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If those were motion lights, they had extremely short life. Like they turned off really quickly after you went past
immediately.
Them. I thought that was wholly unrealistic. But I'll go past that since Rob already mentioned it, and I'll say the FBI never checked Morbius's lab, or should I say they didn't for a while, even though they knew the connection. Like they knew right away. This Dr. Morbius works with you, but they didn't check his lab till like a week later.
There's a trail of bodies. There's a trail of bodies surrounding his feet, and they're like, "No, you gotta have probable cause."
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Chris and Bob. What exactly are his powers? He could turn into like a purple cloud sometimes, and then he eats like Go-Gurts that are actually like synthetic oil that you put in your Hyundai, and then he can't do that stuff, but then like He has super sonar. I get the sonar. The sonar makes sense because bats are kind of blind as a bat.
Yeah.
They have good hearing. But what are his powers?
He's Dracula Batman.
But he goes outside during the day.
Well, yeah, that's the Batman part.
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that.
Cool.
Yeah. My audio is gone again.
You're warbling. You're a little warbling. Hello. I can't. There's hardly any warbles, but there's also no Chris.
This is the first time Chris has been mute. I'm not sure what. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Hey, can you hear me?
No, nothing. Weep now, little warble man, and never turns out just the way you planned. It was not your fault.
While he figures it out, we can continue on with our catch-alls.
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
I was gonna say when they were chasing Morbius to the roof.
Yeah.
There's no probable reason that the agent got to the roof as fast as he did.
He shot up the fucking stairwell, and they had to wait for an elevator or at least climb the stairs. Yeah.
He was there in no time at all. Well, he's like, I'll go to the roof, and then boom, he's there. And
yeah,
he beat a guy with superpowers to the roof.
Yeah. Yeah. Hydraulics. Maybe the hydraulics were also lubed with synthetic bat blood.
Maybe.
Still nothing. Did your phantom power get turned off, Chris? No. Okay. Story time. I opened for 30 Seconds to Mars in 2007, and I was kicked off of Jared Leto's tour bus, kind of, because I was high as shit, and there's a place called the Webster in Hartford, Connecticut, and the buses just park out front. I doubt anybody was in there, but I climbed up the stairs to the main door of the bus, and I loudly yelled, "Do you think he's in there watching episodes of My So-Called Life and seeing what 30 Seconds to Mars albums sync up with it?" And then there was a hand on my chest, and I was told to leave.
That's a great story. Oh, so you opened for them, huh? That's cool.
Yeah, so here's the thing. A lot of those venues, you have to sell tickets to play. And there's a smaller venue called the Underground where it's a captive audience until the gate opens for the main venue. But whoever sells the most tickets for the Underground would play the main stage as an opener. So 30 tickets, 5-piece band, $10 a pop. That's $300 split 6 ways. We would just buy our own tickets and give them to our friends, and then get the main opening slot, and then no one would show up. So it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Our friend is. Oh, Chris is back.
He's back. You're just talking.
All is well and good. Only.
All right. Oh, wait there. Hello.
Only what?
I think he said homie.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
There you are. Okay.
Okay. I'm never using the other equipment again. My parents were super nice and got me this nice setup and stuff. But ever since I switched from the Yeti, which I'm really sad to have divorced, I'm trying to win her back, the Yeti. Now,
yeah.
I'm so sorry for leaving you. Anyway. Ever since then, I've had problems, so we're going to go with this. How do I sound, okay?
You sound crispy. Yes.
Okay, we're going to go with it.
Cool.
I am exceedingly sorry. I don't even know what happened that time. It just stopped working mid-sentence.
Huh.
So, fuck it. Going Yeti. Super consumer-friendly. I'm very bad at technology, so... I didn't even want to figure it out. I just want to go ahead with this. All right. I'm not sure if they're far enough out to be in international waters.
Yes.
They said that they're 12 miles offshore, right?
Yeah.
I looked it up, and some reports say that is the like border for being in international waters, and some said that it's like 200 miles. Some said it's 20. So I'm legitimately not sure whether or not that's far enough out.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd use the proper number, but anyway, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah. I'm going to go with it, even though I already said it in the trailer. It's a dumb slow-mo trope. It's a trope, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
The Matrix shit. You're talking about the Matrix shit.
It's the Matrix shit plus the slow-mo running in the subway and the slow-mo feeling the breeze, and it's just so much slow-mo.
Yeah, way too much.
It doesn't add to the story. All it does,
like last week.
All it does is add to the time length of the movie, and it makes me more upset. I'm like, oh no, that means it's going to be even longer.
Yep.
Did we need a love interest in this?
No.
Yeah.
Like what?
How did that? Did we need this?
No.
No.
I think Morbius broke the podcast.
Yeah, probably.
We are never going to recover from this.
I'm going to run with that because otherwise it's just my stupidity. So let's go with Morbius. I love when he says test number 243 human trials.
Yeah. Yeah, because
that means there was 242 non-human trial tests. What were those?
That's what it implies with the language. But I think what he meant to say was like it was that number test, but it was the first human trial out of that sequence of But he wasn't clear, you know.
No.
Fucking.
That's 242 dead rats.
Yeah.
Except for the biological blood disease he was born with, everything else in this movie is Morbius's fault. Everything. All of it is his fault.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But, you know, to your point, Bob, and this is probably, I'm going to bow after this one because I think we have some more ground to cover with Chris, and I don't want to talk about Jared Leto anymore. He fixed a blood pumping machine or a defibrillator with a ballpoint pen and a spring. And that was enough for his doctor to be like, we need to get you a full ride scholarship to the most prestigious medical school in the fucking world.
Yeah, right. Good point.
That wasn't even a medical thing. That was just like, he might be good at engineering or like, I don't know, building stuff. It did, the connection between that and doctor didn't like really do it for me.
I agree. Rob, you mentioned kind of the horror movie, like, tropiness of this.
Yeah.
The old drag away into the smoke or fog trope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is omnipresent these days. And it's another horror movie beat, and I didn't really understand it because this was not a horror movie.
No. Not at all.
Now, I understand he injected himself with bat DNA, but DNA is only cells and, you know, the inner workings of the nervous system. Yeah. The human body wouldn't withstand the abuse that it took in the third act, like the out of the two guys.
No, no chance.
It wouldn't have. It would have just fallen apart.
Yeah.
What part of mixing bats and men make magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Last time I checked, you just get like blood poisoning and just die where you stand. But to Bob's point, this isn't a new thing I'm adding, but just like it's like The Exorcist when she's possessed and like the demon inside her is like causing all these slashes and like twisting her head around. Like once the demon's out of her body, she's got some scratches on her, but like wouldn't every bone in her fucking body be broken? Like I know she was possessed by a supernatural entity, but like still, like bones only spin so much.
Yeah, that's what we called that, like the demon like Airbnb principle or something, right? Didn't we?
Yeah.
like you're fine to fuck a place up, but as long as you clean it up on your way out, you're good. I
got nothing else. Yeah, okay. I'm done.
Oh God. Okay. He hired mercenaries to protect him against the government in international waters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dumb on multiple levels. Like if the government wants to take out your fucking boat, Bob, like you said, like shooting off automatic, weapons in the boat is dumb in the first place. But if the government wants to kill you, I love this argument from anyone that's like, I need the right to protect myself against my government. It's like, if you have a shotgun and your government wants to kill you, they're just going to blow your house up with a fucking drone or something. Yeah. Like, you don't stand a chance, even if you're 12 mercenaries in a boat somewhere.
The NRA nuts that are afraid of a government takeover fail to realize that if the government were to take them over, it's the kind of government they don't realize exists.
Yeah.
Like when people think like this person has no security on their, like Kanye West, like I guess like his daughter like staying with him because there's less security opposed to like at the Kardashian residence. Like, no, he has security, just the kind you don't see. It's there.
Yeah.
It's like he's probably got fucking snipers. You just don't
probably something like that.
You don't talk to them or see them. They're there though. They're sticking around.
But it's just funny to me that he had mercenaries out in international waters to defend him against the government. It wasn't the point of going to international waters that you didn't need mercenaries to protect you in the first place.
And that fucks with the whole idea of plausible deniability, because like even if you are doing something wrong that's protected by whatever charter, you still have a bunch of people with their arm to the teeth, so clearly they're hiding something.
Yeah, true. Was that charter a boat joke?
It wasn't, but I'll take credit for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was a vessel for a good pun.
Oh.
Bats are apparently really ripped, and spiders are jacked. And I'm just sick of this bullshit. The bats would tear anyone else. Oh, okay, I already went over that. She's eating really crappy Jello in the hospital. Is Jello different anywhere else, or is it just Jello everywhere?
I'm pretty sure hospitals get the same. They all use Cisco or Sodexo or whatever national food supplier, and it's all probably private label. It's probably Jello brand with a different logo on it.
Yeah,
it's all the same shit.
It's the exact same process, no matter what brand you're buying, right? It's Jello.
It is cherry flavored rendered pig fat. You can't fuck it up.
Yep. Morbius uses the forward draft of a train to fly before, in the end, he just outright flies on his own. So they're like hyping you up for the fact that he can actually just fly, or are they like giving you a taste of what you're later going to be really pissed about? Because that's how it worked for me. Yeah. They cast garbage heap Gordon Ramsay as Milo. Also, I meant to mention before, but he's in House of the Dragon. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, that's the spinoff. It's not as good, but he's in it. What made Milo evil and not Morbius? Same serum.
That's desire, Chris. That's the folly of man.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's the English background.
Agreed. I think he's just so pissed that he's like ugly Gordon Ramsay.
He never got over that whole 1776 thing.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, true. When was the last time you drank 36 beers, says one FBI agent to the other. This is a remark based on the draining of 36 liters of blood. A beer, by the way, is not a liter. Also, there's about 5 liters per person, so never 36 anyway. If you take 36 and you subtract 5, and then you add 36 liters and divide by 3, you get 23.
Yes. I was waiting for it.
If you weren't going to say it, I was.
That math's not right. What happens if you drink your own blood?
If you're following Fight Club logic, you could swallow up to a pint of your own blood before you get sick, I think is the quote.
But if you're a vampire,
I'm not sure. You never gotten like a boo-boo and just like, you didn't have like access to anything. So you just
I actually don't hate the way it tastes. Like I feel like people are totally opposed to it. I'm not saying I'm a vampire, but
it's like when you put your tongue on a 9-volt battery to see how strong it is.
Yeah,
same flavor. Yeah.
But like when you push a bruise in because it feels kind of nice.
I'm checking out of this podcast. I'm gonna.
That's what sociopaths do, Chris. The battery thing's practical. You don't have a meter. You just go 9-volt on the tongue, and it stings a little bit. And you're like, that's still good.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't push my bruises, you fucking psycho.
1 million local sewer bats.
Yes.
What I didn't realize that there were that many in the sewers of. I feel the judgment here.
No, you're good.
Yeah, a million bats in the sewer. That seemed like a lot to me. Is she like a vampire now at the end?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe.
Okay,
Bob
because she
says
like
no, so I'm gonna go with that.
He bit her, right?
Yeah.
To get like
Yeah,
to get like the energy drink to like keep him going in the fight against Milo.
Yeah.
But doesn't like a vampire biting you make you a vampire? And then she wakes back up.
But that's vampire logic. This isn't vampires. This is vampire bats.
Yes.
That are
that's a
human.
Very valid point. Thank you, Bob. Bob's got a point there.
Yeah, I'm giving the movie too much credit. Hit your scorecard. All right, that's all I got.
Okay.
Let's throw to what we're watching.
Sure.
I got a letter for you.
A letter?
Yeah, it's a letter that talks about all the things we're watching now.
Give me the letter. Give me the damn letter now. Give me the letter. Give me the letter now.
Get it. Grab it.
Give me the letter.
Try again.
Now.
All right.
I'll start this time.
Do it up.
Yeah.
I'll start. So I watched another French movie called Caché, which is translates to hidden. And it was about a hidden camera that was watching this family's apartment or flat, whatever you want. I don't know what they call them in French. And then it kept like they kept leaving VHS tapes of the footage at this family's door, and they kept showing different places they were filming this guy on hidden camera, and then leaving the tapes at his door. And it was really messed up. It was really fucked up. The ending is fucked up. The whole movie's just weird, and I loved it. It's a suspense film. You don't know, like, the ending actually has Martin Scorsese, like, questioning life. He was like Scorsese said he wanted to remake this, but wasn't sure how to do the ending because that's how messed up it was. So I thought that was a testament to how good this was laid out.
Cool.
Okay.
I think you mispronounced his name.
Oh, sorry. See, I can't figure out how you guys said it before.
Morbin Scorsese or Martin
Scorsese?
Nail it. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. I also, just to mention, I was very depressed on Monday, and I rewatched this old Anthony Hopkins movie from 1978 called Magic, where he plays a magician who, to get famous, he becomes a ventriloquist magician, and his ventriloquist dummy is like X-rated, and it actually is his subversive personality that ends up being a murderous personality. It's just awesome. It's so awesome. Anthony Hopkins plays crazy so well. This is, I'll have to say, it's on Tubi. It's free. I say go out and watch it. Magic, 1978.
All right. Going back, I watched 2 movies. One was for work. Basically, I try not to watch things ahead when assignments come up because like someone might grab it for me, but it was a slow day. It's called Fight for Your Life. It's a 1970s blaxploitation film that made it onto the British Video Nasties list. It's basically a home invasion film, but with horrifying racism. Solid revenge plot. A kid gets murdered with a rock.
Yikes.
The regular slurs you would expect, but some other ones I never even heard, man.
Wow.
But it was, you get rid of the problematic dialogue. It's the only Video Nasties that has ever been categorized on that list for its use of language alone. But the actual storytelling was pretty tight. It was a solid revenge flick, home invasion flick. I also last week watched Rip Torn in 1972's Payday. It's it's like a country singer. He's been on tour for like years, like month after month after month. They're trying to get him to like settle down in Nashville and like open for Johnny Cash, just so he can like take a break and like, you know, detox a little bit. But he just goes off the fucking rails, and it's, I don't want to spoil the ending, but like he has a pretty steep fall from grace. It's almost like Johnny Cash's Walk the Line, but like it's a fiction. He's basically just like it's just following. It's like a day in the life of a alcoholic, pill popping, really successful, like mid to high mid level musician that hasn't broken through yet. But it's pretty cool. It's Rip Torn being Rip Torn before Rip Torn became like a Rip Torn meme.
Heard.
He got all crazy in the 2010s. Remember they used to like
Yeah.
find him naked at like banks.
He did, yeah.
In the middle of the night. But it's pretty solid. Rotten Tomatoes would say otherwise, but it's good. It's pretty good.
All right, well, here's two things that I'm watching. If you're a YouTuber, check out Cinema Sins. Everything wrong with blank in like so many minutes. So each one is different, and he just like basically does our catch-all segment, but like everything is done poorly, and he does good movies and bad movies.
Yeah.
He's kind of funny. He's not like hilarious or anything, but it's entertaining. Anyway, I did watch a movie. I watched True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger because I've actually never seen that from start to finish, and it's not great. It's not bad. It is like the '90s action, porn kind of movie that you would expect. Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis gets basically naked, but I never found her attractive anyway, so I'm not into it. I don't know. The whole movie was like a B- for me, C+ area. Nothing special. I did really like Bill Paxton's depiction of a sleazy car salesman who's pretending to be a secret agent.
That movie. He is the highlight of that movie.
He really is, yeah. For me too. So there's that. Do you guys want to throw it to? Go ahead.
I've learned that Bill Paxton and Michael Keaton, I appreciate them way more than I've realized. Like, I recently I rewatched Johnny Dangerously last week, and I'm like, that's a fucking funny movie, dude. It's so stupid, but
I haven't seen it.
It's
which is weird because I own it.
Yeah, it's like a Naked Gun. It's a Naked Gun mafia parody.
Okay.
Movie. Yeah,
cool.
It's good though. Yeah.
Although Bill Paxton couldn't save Twister, that's how bad it was.
Yeah, no, you're 100% in the right there.
I disagree. That movie's great.
All
right, bad credit names.
The poll next week.
It didn't flop.
Yeah.
Jeff, this is my friend John.
Oh, Jeff, I heard a lot of good things about you. Where'd you find this son of a bitch?
He's a friend of mine from school.
A friend?
Jeff, John.
Oh, Jeff.
John. Jeff, how can you act
Jeff.
like
Oh,
that?
Jeff.
Jeff.
Shut up!
Jeff, John. John.
Bad credit names. Burke Sharpless.
Ew.
Yeah, it's like I'm dumb. Simon Heck.
Okay.
Deanna Grief.
Okay.
Paul Couch.
Okay.
Jeremy Woodhead.
Ew.
Woodhead.
Yeah. Skeel Lee.
Okay.
Skeel.
Yep.
Abraham Papula.
Okay.
Adam Biles.
Okay.
Ian Peed.
Okay.
And the winner this week, Tim Wild Goose.
Ew. Okay.
Or maybe I mispronounced it. Maybe it's Tim Wild Goose. Either way. All right, offensive minigame time.
If you can say,
My mother was Korean,
and also,
and my father was Black American.
you may be part of our offensive minigame.
What we got?
Bats are bad actors. Or firing on fine townfolk.
The second one for sure.
Yeah, second one.
Third. Morbius, mere murderer. Or posterior poking.
Mirror murderer?
Mirror.
Yes.
No. Merc. It looked like an Merc murderer.
Either way.
Merc murderer.
I agree. Merc murderer is worse.
It's fun to say too.
Okay, cool. Bonus round then. Penis piercing.
Yeah.
Or post-pandemic bat blood.
Penis piercing. Just because of post-pandemic bat blood, like I said, like this was probably in development. Let's look it up right now. Actually, Morbius. I guarantee they started writing this before the pandemic. It had
Imagine then what they were thinking when they found out that like a bat-human interaction caused the global pandemic while they were filming the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, you thought they were thinking. Oh, Chris.
Development. Yeah, this was developed they made Artisan Entertainment made a deal with Marvel Entertainment in May 2000.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but then like in 2017 is when it started really picking up around like the time the Spider-Man movies were coming
2018 was when the whole writing thing started. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, those things take years.
Yeah.
Okay, so penis piercing?
Yeah, penis piercing.
All right, that makes Cutthroat Island the more offensive movie. So let's throw it to our movie comparison to continue that debate.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It's time to compare the movies. Something we haven't done since. Oh my god!
1962.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay, last week and current season champion Cutthroat Island or Morbius. A Cutthroat's got negative 32.4 in worst. Morbius, however, negative 54.2 in worst. So Morbius wins that one. We had a team 5-star. So Cutthroat gets that one, obviously, because Bob had a 4-5. Great try, Bob, but I'm afraid we all took you down with your help. The offensive minigame results. Cutthroat Island, as we just said, more offensive due to piercing penises and poking posteriors and all this.
Yes.
Dialogue-wise, what do you guys think? Is it Cutthroat Island or is it Morbius?
Dialogue.
They're both atrocious.
I'm gonna say
Cutthroat Island.
I was gonna say Morbius because they spent too much time explaining the exposition when they could have used that for they could have shown and not told, and then use the dialogue for something useful.